Today, I'm exploring Brno Czechia. Let's take a look around and see what we can find.
After rolling in by train, my first objective was to convert a bit of cash over to the Czech korunas. Yeah, they have their own money here. And now that we have a bit of acceptable currency in our pockets, let's take off through these picturesque city streets to explore the history and dive deep into the darkness. This is the Church of the Holy Cross, and they say it houses a Capuchin crypt, complete with mummies. It doesn't seem to be open at the moment, but don't worry, there are plenty other options in this town guaranteed to pique your interest. Those large spires you've been seeing up ahead, those are actually a part of the Cathedral of St. Peter and St. Paul, which dates back to the 11th century. Now, let's move along and see what awaits around the corner. This large town square features the Parnasse Fountain, which seems to be under a bit of restoration at the moment. And located at the top of the hill, we have the Holy Trinity Column. By the 14th century, Brno had become known as one of the most prominent cities in the Kingdom of Bohemia. So let's continue on to see just how interesting its history really is. Here we pass by the 17th century St. Michael's Church, with a view of its surrounding statues, and a pleasant Baroque-style facade. Now let's move on down to Freedom Square. Once referred to as the Lower Market, this place is home to an abundance of Renaissance architecture, along with many other interesting sights. See this strange-looking object? This is the Astronomical Clock. They say that at a certain time of day, a marble will be released that can be collected as a souvenir by the lucky passerby. I apparently wasn't very lucky, but that's okay. I'm still having an amazing time. Let's keep going. This massively large town square also features a plague column, with the Virgin Mary as a crowning piece. This Baroque-styled monument was constructed in the late 1600s to commemorate the end of such a terrible epidemic. On a more pleasant note, just across from it, a lovely fountain to be enjoyed. Now remember I talked about the crypt? Well, it wasn't open, but I did manage to find my way over to the Brno Ossuary. Located beneath the Church of Saint James, this catacomb environment boasts to be one of the largest in all of Europe, and it is estimated that the remains of around 50,000 people reside down here. Yes, this is an attraction not to be missed, so be sure to star it on your Google Maps. I couldn't help but notice there was quite a bit of construction taking place during my visit, but hopefully this will all be cleared up and restored by the time you arrive. As we approach Moravian Square, we find ourselves at the Church of St. Thomas, with an interesting horseback warrior standing guard. This church was built on the site of the previous one that was destroyed during the 30 Years' War. If you look closely enough, you may also find this topographical map sculpture nearby. And directly across the street is the House of the Supreme Administrative Court. Standing in front of it, that is the Statue of Justice. It is said that the block being carried represents the weight that must be balanced in such a complex society. Now I know you like that ossuary we explored, but it is only a small part of the town's underrealms. There is another tour you can take that will guide you down below even deeper into the history of Brno. This attraction is called the Labyrinth. Venturing into these depths will guide you through a series of corridors under the streets to experience the inner workings of the city's past, like an apothecary, places for food storage, and it also has a darker aspect to it too, with sites like the torture chamber and even the town's old drunk tank. After a long day on the town, I was getting a bit hungry. While there are many interesting dining options around here, I eventually found myself stumbling into a cozy pub to try a local brew and enjoy a tasty bite to eat. This is a place that I've had an amazing time exploring, and I don't think this video covers everything in town, as Brno is absolutely bustling with things to do. My time here may have been brief, but I packed quite a few sights into just a few hours. I learned the interesting history, enjoyed the food, and managed to avoid that drunk tank as well. Now it is time to hop back on the train and see what other adventures await. Until next time, so long from Czechia.